Intermediate English Story B1 Jenny and the Genie. It was a hot, unpleasant day in London. Jenny was sat on the tube and she was sweating. Everyone on the train was very hot and fed up. Jenny was glad when they arrived at a new stop because the doors would open and let in some fresh air. At the next stop, more people got on the train. Jenny glanced up at them. She noticed an old lady. She was sat on the opposite side of the train. She had an unusual bag. It was huge. Jenny didn't think much of it. Maybe the old lady had just done her weekly food shop. Jenny drank some water and tried to cool down. She laid her head back against the window and closed her eyes. They reached another stop and lots of people got off the train. Thankfully, the train felt a little cooler. There was only Jenny and one other person left. Jenny looked around the train. She saw that the old lady had left her bag. How could you forget such a massive bag? Thought Jenny. She walked over to the bag. Jenny could hand it in to the lost and found when she got off the train. She noticed there was a random note on the bag. Jenny checked around the train and read the note. The bag belongs to you now. You must keep it and take it home. Jenny thought this was very strange. She decided she would check inside the bag. After all, it was already open. Carefully, Jenny opened the bag a little wider. She laughed out loud. The bag was full of sweets. Then she investigated further. She discovered that underneath the sweets was a box. Jenny decided that she would wait until she got home to look inside it. She noticed that on the back of the note on the bag, it said, "This is your secret now. Don't tell anyone." Jenny was excited, but a little freaked out. What could possibly be inside? She hoped it was money, or maybe some nice jewellery. When the train got to Jenny's stop, she stood up. She picked up the bag. It was so heavy. She carried the bag all the way home. She had to stop twice to rest. When she got home, she put the bag down in her hallway. She took off her shoes and coat. Her dog, Max, came running over and could not stop sniffing the bag. He wanted to know what was inside. "Max, calm down. Let's get you some dinner." Jenny fed Max and then took the bag upstairs to her bedroom. She emptied the bag's contents onto the bed. There were lots of sweets, some necklaces, and the random wooden box. Jenny looked at the necklaces. They were beautiful. She wondered if they might be diamonds. Then she picked up the wooden box. It was quite big and heavy. She slowly opened the box. Inside, there was a lamp and a note that said, "Rub me." Jenny laughed. "Oh, come on, I'm not Aladdin." She took out the lamp and looked at it. It was gold and had beautiful engravings on it. She held it up to the light. It was very unusual. Jenny laughed and decided to rub the lamp. What's the worst that could happen? All of a sudden, the room started to fill with purple smoke. Max came running into the room. He was barking and going crazy. Jenny stood still. She was in shock. Then there was the sound of fireworks, and something appeared from the lamp. Jenny fell back on the bed. She must be imagining things. "Hello, my name is Genie. Nice to meet you. What's your name?" I'm Jenny. What's going on here? Am I dreaming? Jenny could not believe her eyes. A real genie. "No, you're not dreaming. Mrs. Mangold said she was going to leave me somewhere. She has had me all her life." "But how did she get you?" Jenny was very confused. "I have been in her family for hundreds of years. Mrs. Mangold had no children, so she decided she would leave me somewhere and hoped that someone nice would find me." Jenny could not understand why Mrs. Mangold would leave the genie alone. The genie explained that Mrs. Mangold had used all of her wishes. She didn't have any children to pass the genie on to, so she decided to let him go. "That must have been very sad," said Jenny. She thought about the sweets in the bag. Maybe she wanted a child to find the genie. "Yes, it was," said the genie. "But now it is time for me to help a new family." The genie explained that Jenny can have 3 wishes. She can wish for anything she wants, as long as it does not hurt another person or animal. "Just like Aladdin." The genie laughed. "Yes, I suppose so," he said. What a strange day. Who would have thought this would happen? Jenny still couldn't believe it was real. She wanted to know more about the genie. She started asking him lots of questions. The genie was very patient with Jenny. It was nice for him to have someone new to talk to. He had been stuck in his lamp for many years. He told Jenny that he had lived for hundreds of years. He was a gift to Mrs. Mangold's family back in the 1500s. He had been the family genie for the last 500 years. He had granted wishes for almost everyone in the Mangold family. They had become very powerful and successful. The Mangold family had also used their wishes to help other people. Mrs. Mangold was especially kind. She didn't use any of her wishes for herself. Now it was Jenny's turn to have some luck. She thought for a long time about what she would like to do with her 3 wishes. Jenny always wanted to own a dog and cat sanctuary. She told the genie about her lifelong dream. "We can make that happen?" He asked her where she would like it to be and how she would make a living from it. Jenny was so happy. She could finally leave her job in marketing and do something that she was passionate about. She decided to go to bed. It had been a very exciting day. The next morning, Jenny woke up and saw the lamp on her cabinet. She decided to rub the lamp. Out popped the genie. They sat together and talked about the genie's life. He had travelled the world and had seen so many wonderful things. Jenny started to get ready for work. Today, she would hand in her notice. She was excited to open her new dog and cat sanctuary. The genie had arranged everything, but first she had to say goodbye to everyone at her job. Jenny felt guilty leaving the genie at home all day, but he did have Max, the dog, to keep him company. Jenny got to work and handed in her notice. She then thought about what her next 2 wishes would be. When she got home that night, she told the genie she was ready to make her remaining wishes. "Genie," she said, "I wish for my family and friends to be healthy and happy." "That can be done," he said, as he clicked his fingers. "That's a lovely wish, Jenny." Jenny thought of all the things she could wish for. She'd always wanted to be able to fly. Maybe she could wish to have wings. "The thing is," Jenny said, "if I have a job I love, and my family and friends are all happy and healthy, what more could I wish for?" Jenny sat for a long time. She looked at the genie. "What would make you happy, Genie? What would you like?" "You've given me my dream job, and you've made everyone I love happy. Now it's time you had something nice." The genie was shocked. He had never been asked this question before. "Well," he said, "I'd love to live a normal life and not be a genie anymore." "But you have magical powers," said Jenny. "True," he said. "I could still have magical powers and not be a genie, though." Jenny thought about this. "Okay then, I wish you to be free." "Really?" asked the genie. "Really," said Jenny. "You deserve to be the happiest man in the world." "Thank you, Jenny. Then your wish is my command." All of a sudden, loads of purple smoke started coming out of the lamp. Max came running into the room. He was barking loudly. Then, suddenly, there was a loud noise, and there was the genie. He was no longer blue, and he wasn't floating. He looked like a normal man. "Thank you so much, Jenny," he said. "Can I come and work with you at the animal sanctuary?" "Of course you can. You're more than welcome." From that day on, the genie and Jenny were the best of friends. Jenny's animal sanctuary grew. Now they looked after almost any animal you could think of. Jenny was finally doing what she loved, and she was helping other people and animals in the process. If you could have 3 wishes, what would they be? Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.